So today we're speedrunning through Learn to Fly 2 because our little penguin just didn't have enough pain in the first game. Now if you remember the story from the last game, our penguin was finally able to fly and then he got brutally injured by a wall. So this game is all about revenge. Our penguin has gotten a bunch of books about explosives and he is here to murder. He sounds like my type of guy. But before we get on to that murder, I do have a sponsor for this video, so I'll be back in another minute. This video is sponsored by Dragon Tamer, a game about collecting and raising dragons. When I was a kid, I used to be obsessed with this type of game, so honestly, this is giving me a lot of nostalgia. In the game, you start out with getting one new dragon. Then the cool thing about this game is you can use those dragons to breed new dragons. So like right here, I put together my water dragon and my grass dragon and ended up with a brand new freezy dragon. There are over 100 different dragons with unique looks in this game, so you're never going to run out of them. There's always more to do, and as you're going along making your different dragons, you can also decorate your island. You start out with just one island, and then there are 5 more that you can unlock, and each of these you can put your different things like buildings, dragon habitats, or buy different decorations to make your island look even cooler. And then finally they have a lot of different battle modes. One of my favorites is adventure. This is where you go through different stages, fight your dragons against different dragons, and if you're too lazy like I am, you can also use the auto battle feature. That's pretty nice. But then there's plenty of more things like the arena, which is a 1v1 battle, alliance warfare where you can work together with other players and fight other alliances, and much more that you can play and unlock throughout the game. The link to the game is going to be in the description, so if you are interested, definitely check it out, and thank you again Dragon Tamer for supporting the channel. Now we're going to do 2 speedruns for this game, one for story mode and one for classic mode, but we're going to start out with the classic mode speedrun. We can start a time as soon as we click right there, and our penguin is already okay, my game broke. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm going to go reset it. Yeah, using Flash after it got discontinued kind of presents a couple problems. But now we're actually going to start our speedrun, and hopefully it works this time. It looks like it does. Hooray. So we can go up there, get altitude 1, and then kind of just dive bomb back to the ground. And right away, the first things that we're going to buy are both the plank and the kite. Now, the annoying thing about me using an emulator is the game is only laggy when you're in the buying menu, and I don't really know what that's about, but I guess I'm just not going to worry about it. What I am going to worry about is the technique I'm doing right now. Basically, this technique is how you get a lot of distance, and I'll show it in just another second, but first we're going to get the sugar rocket to go a little bit farther so I can get a little bit of speed, and now we can use this technique again. Basically what I'm doing is hitting the ground, then going immediately back up, and then going immediately back down, and this makes it so that you maintain your speed and don't lose any. It is a pretty hard technique, I'm not gonna lie. It took me so long to get good at this, and even now I'm not the greatest, but I'm good enough to do some Learn to Fly speedruns, I hope. For this first speedrun I am doing, we're going for the all achievements. So that requires doing every single thing, and it's going to take a little bit longer, but I really do like this speedrun. And what we can get now is the hang glider and go for speed 2 really quick. So for that, I'm going to go all the way up and then all the way down. That should get me speed 2. We should be good with that. And we can get a pulse jet now, which will also be nice because we got 1,000 money. And now it gets to the part of the speedrun where we do the same thing over and over again. Yeah, this is now my life. Because we have to save up our money till we get 5,500 and we can buy a literal helicopter. Because a helicopter in a game where you're trying to fly obviously is kind of overpowered, and that's all we really want to get at this point. At this point of the run, I'm just doing this and then hoping that I get achievements like speed, and this is my speed run. And like I said, we need $5,500, so we do have to be at this for a while, but unfortunately this is the fastest way of getting that money. I mean, this definitely isn't my favorite part about the speed run, but it is a part. Yeah, I don't really know what other commentary I can give besides, ow, my head hurts even more. Like, I already have these bandages. This is probably really not good for my head, but I guess whatever. I mean, the penguin's probably doing fine, even if he gets concussions literally every time he goes to fly. He just really wants to get the money as fast as possible. But that should be enough, and now finally we can buy a literal helicopter. So I can go over here, and it's gonna be one more. It's gonna be called the Whirlybird, and then with the Whirlybird, it's kind of just OP because what we can do with this is literally just fly. Yeah, I'm going up and I'm increasing my speed. And you can see on the bottom right, you see my propeller, which is slowly going down. We could literally use this forever. So with this strategy, we're going to try to get altitude 5, distance 5, and duration 4. And yeah, I'm going to be honest, not really the most difficult technique in the world. I'm kind of just going up, but we should get altitude 5 as soon as we hit 400. Now we can just be going for distance and hoping we also have a good amount of duration. The thing that does suck about the helicopter is once it runs out of energy, you kind of just plummet towards the earth. Yeah, This does not look like the most fun thing to do, the worst belly flop in the world. Oh, Penguin, I hope you're okay after that did not look very healthy. But because we went through all that pain, now what we can buy is the ultralight aircraft, which is going to be really helpful. And we're also going to buy some more fuel so we can go a bit farther. And with the ultralight aircraft, the first thing we're going to want to do is get some bounces, because one of the achievements is to bounce 10 times off of the water. We just got to make it to the water, and then our strategy is just kind of use our rocket to get enough speed to make sure we don't fall into the water. It's kind of an interesting thing to try to control, but luckily we have the rocket that makes sure we don't lose too much speed, and I don't have to worry about it too much. But there goes our bounces, and with that we can kind of just end off right there. Another thing we're going to want to do really quick is get another achievement where we get a lot of speed. So what we're going to do for this is go all the way up until we get to 200 meters, and then just kind of dive bomb down. I'm sure this is going to be fine. And now it's time for our final run. What we're going to buy before that is we're going to get the Thorn Ramjet. I am so... how am I that? Okay, I guess I'm doing this one more time. I don't know how I didn't have enough money for that, but I'm just going to dive bomb one more time, and then hopefully we'll have enough at this point. There we go. Now we can buy the Thor Ramjet, so that's going to be nice. And we're going to buy our ramp length and height up just a little bit. And now it's time for the final thing. So what we want to do for this is we don't want to be in the air for too little, because we still need our last duration achievement, which is staying in the air for 90 seconds. So while I can go really fast and just end off the game, I kind of just have to chill a little bit. My Penguin's just like, please let this end. I've already been in enough pain already. But don't worry, Penguin, you're actually going to be able to complete the game this time and maybe not suffer from any more concussions. But at this point in the run, we don't really have anything to worry about. There's nothing that can really kill the run. We're kind of just waiting. And the distance we have to get to is 6,000. So honestly, not that difficult. We're already at 5,000 already. I'm just hoping I'll get my 90 seconds in the air before we finish this off. Please, there we go. That's our duration. We can use the rest of our fuel and make it to the end. Yeah, nice and easy speedrun. That's going to be time. And then my game breaks. My computer, for some reason, cannot handle the end of Learn to Fly Classic mode. So it just breaks. But before it broke, you will see that we did get the last 4 achievements we needed, so hooray for that. I don't know why this happens. But like I said, we do have 2 speedruns to do for this video, so now we're going to be doing the story mode speedrun, which is actually a lot different. I mean, first of all, you'll notice we're using a dummy instead of our Penguin. Our Penguin decided he had enough about the concussions, so he was like, okay, I guess you can do it instead. Which, I mean, to be fair, kind of makes sense. Why do the work when you can have someone else do it? But what we're going to do with this dummy is try to get the speed perk right there, and then hopefully we'll be able to make it to the snowman using this technique. I kind of lost a little bit of my speed. Okay, we're not making it there. I think I made enough money though. We did get the perks even if we didn't make it to the snowman. And what we're going to want to do with those is go to payload, buy dynamite. Yeah, I think you can see where this is going. Because for this speedrun, instead of just trying to go far, we're actually trying to murder things, which is a beautiful part about any game. So goodbye, snowman. It was nice knowing you. And with the money we made off of that, we can now buy a sugar rocket. So that's going to be nice as well. So we're going to be able to go a little bit farther and go on to our next murder victim. We can skip past this snowman. We don't want to deal with him and waste any of our TNT on him. And now we just kind of have to hope that we're going to be able to maintain enough distance with this. Like I said, this technique I'm not perfect at, but I think I'm pretty good at it actually. I mean, I'm at least a lot better than I used to be. I am losing a little bit of speed, but we do have a bit more rocket fuel I can still use. Okay, I'm gonna have to use that there, and then hopefully I'll be able to make it to this igloo. We're only 80 away. Come on, little penguin, or I guess you're not a penguin. Whatever you're supposed to be, just make it to there. You are so close. You better not fail me now. And there we go. We got the murder. Hooray. Now with the money we made off of that, we can go ahead and buy a hang glider, the plank V2, and also 4 rocket fuel. And with this now, we're going to be murdering 2 small civilians. First of all, we're going to get the snowman again, and then we're going to run into the igloo. Basically, this gives us a bit more money because before we move on to our next victim, we have to get some more money. And we still do need even a little bit more money. So guess what? We're murdering them again. Yeah, you can see why I like this game so much. And now with that money, what we can do is we can buy a C4, which is going to be even more powerful. And at this point, we're going to skip past the snowman. We're going to skip past the igloo. And all we're worrying about is getting to our next victim, the mountain. So with this, we do want to maintain a little bit of our rocket fuel because we have to fly over the igloo. We can't just go through it. So I have to make sure I can go high enough into the air that I just miss it. And that looks pretty good. Now all that's left is making it to our next destination. And honestly, our penguin just looks strapped up right now. He's got the C4. He's got the rocket. He's got the kite. He's looking pretty good. And yeah, this one's kind of just a long distance away. Hopefully we'll make it there eventually. Okay, there we go. I see the mountain right now. We can speed forward with the rest of our rocket, and boom, that is another one dead. And now what we have to do is do that again because we still need some more money. So I'm just gonna slowly but surely make my way over. My little penguin just enjoying his time flying through the air with literal C4 strapped to him, but we're not gonna talk about that part. And there we go. That is another death of an inanimate object. Hooray for me. And what we can do with that money now is go ahead and buy our favorite thing, the propeller. Because who needs to actually play games when you can just do this instead? Yeah, this is just a fun time for everybody. I don't have to do anything. I get to go super far, and we get to do some more murder. What else could you really want in the world? So we're gonna have to make sure we're not too high up in the air. I'm looking at my altitude gauge right now, but we also don't want to be too low because we don't want to hit the water. But there we go. That is going to be another thing dead, and it's time for the last flight. So with our remaining money, what we're gonna want to buy is nuclear warhead. Yeah, I think you can see where this is going. So we'll use our rocket all the way up first, and now we're kind of just hoping our propeller will be able to make it through the rest of the game. We want to maintain a height of around 100, and we should be safe if we do that. And the last thing we will be taking care of is the wall that we had to face off against in the first game. So at this point, it's all about just flying to the end. I literally have a nuclear warhead strapped to me. This wall is not going to have a good time. We are almost running out of our propeller, but we should make it. There we go. And that is going to be game. And now the penguin gets to see the destruction. He finally got his revenge, and he can be happy. And now with the story, we go on Facebook, say, hooray, we killed an iceberg. But then the worst thing possible happens. Some jerk says that penguins suck. So of course, it's time to go and do some more murder. Yeah, this penguin is kind of a bloodthirsty killer. And if we look on speedrun.com, we will see that we have a nice and comfortable 21st place. And out of the 46 people that did this, I'm pretty happy with that time. But I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it. It really helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and I'd really appreciate it. Also, we've been getting insane support lately, and we're getting closer and closer to that 1,000,000 subscriber mark. So definitely check out my other videos. I do a lot of speedrunning content on this channel, and if you enjoy them, subscribe. And then finally, I'd like to give one last shout out to Dragon Tamer. Sponsors like Dragon Tamer really support the channel and help me do what I love doing. So if you're interested in the game, definitely go check it out. Again, it will be in the description. So yeah, thank you again, Dragon Tamer. I really appreciate it. But enough shilling. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you next time.